Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry site, and today we're here with Wes Ward. He is the Secretary of Agriculture in Arkansas. Thanks for being with us today, Wes.
Yeah, well, great to be with you. Appreciate that.
Very good. And we're here at the Poultry Symposium, and we're in Rogers, Arkansas. And I learned on my way here that you guys have a plethora of big poultry companies in this area that aren't just producers, but are, which you have a lot of producers here too, but you guys have people who cross over the whole value chain, right? So tell me a little bit about what does poultry mean to Arkansas?
Yeah, well, it's incredibly big, and we're very proud of our poultry industry. And agriculture is our state's largest industry, and poultry makes up about 50% of that. So, state's largest industry, poultry being the largest. Very large companies across the entire state, and we've seen poultry expand from more of the northwest part of the state throughout the entire state as a whole. So it's been pretty incredible to watch that and see it grow really across the state.
Very good. And you said that recently you guys have been really working on some of the even on exports, right?
That's right. Yeah. So if you look at agriculture as a whole, a lot of what we produce, about 30% of our production in Arkansas is exported. So whether we're talking rice or soybeans or any other commodities that we do in Arkansas, poultry is always part of that conversation. And so whether it's myself or the Governor Hutchinson, as he's traveling around the world, he always talks about agriculture and he always talks about poultry. And we've got great companies here, and we've also got great products. So whether it's in Arkansas or across the U.S. or across the globe, we're talking about poultry.
Very good. And let's talk a little bit about some of the big businesses you have here, right? I mean, you have Walmart, you have Tyson, you have J.B. Hunt.
That's right.
And there are a lot of other companies here. I mean, not to mention Cobb Vantress is just down the way here. I mean, I was doing the maps to see how far away it was and things like that. You've got a lot of poultry industries here. What does that mean, and does that make it easier, I would assume, to really be able to work as a team, right?
I think so, and we've got great partnerships here in Arkansas, and our entire state works together well. Our agriculture industry works well together. The Poultry Federation, being here for this symposium is a great testament to that, where everybody comes together throughout the industry to work together. But if you look at Arkansas, a lot of people, when they look at our state, they think Walmart, they think Tyson, they think J.B. Hunt, and those companies have an agricultural background. Tyson's just incredibly important in the poultry industry, and even beyond poultry and the protein sector as a whole. But you look at J.B. Hunt in the transportation sector. That started with hauling rice hulls from eastern Arkansas to northwest Arkansas for the poultry industry. And so poultry has a significant impact on our state and our history and our heritage, and just our economic impact as a whole comes a lot from poultry.
Very good. Lots of deep roots, it sounds like there. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on right now. I mean, we're kind of moving, hopefully, out of COVID, right? We all have our fingers crossed that things are getting back to normal again. This is I've been to several shows where people aren't wearing masks and things like that, and I've been on a plane where people, it's step by step, right?
Absolutely.
But coming through all of that, what are some of the challenges that the poultry industry is still facing?
I think labor is still a big one. I think there's still some supply chain disruptions that are out there. Input costs are high across the board. Agriculture is just one piece of the larger component. Inflation, everybody across the board is dealing with these challenges of supply chain disruptions and inflation. Agriculture is no different. The poultry industry is no different. We saw those disruptions early on with the coronavirus on even processing and being able to get people to work and be able to work on the processing and the production side of things. And so I think we've learned a lot. I think we've found better ways of doing things. I think we've found better ways of taking care of ourselves and our employees to be able to provide the food that we depend on. But we're still learning, we're still adapting, and hopefully we're beyond the worst of the coronavirus. But I think we all kind of look back at those lessons and say, what can we do different? How do we better protect ourselves and better protect our employees to have a safe, affordable food product, but also safe employees as well. And so I think there will continue to be changes and advancements in the industry as we move forward, and a lot of that are from lessons we've learned during the coronavirus.
Right, and we're talking specifically, the government's talking about some longer line speed times and some things like that that could make a bigger difference, right?
That's right. Yeah, and things like that. Any small change makes a big difference when you look at the whole volume of the poultry industry and the products that are coming through. So whether it's faster or slower, different space requirements, different things like that. Overall, make a difference on a bottom line and your availability to move product and get it out and get it to consumers who are asking for it. And we've seen a demand for poultry products, and so we think that demand is going to continue. Kind of going back to the whole trade issue, people want the poultry products. They're safe, they're affordable. They want them not only here in Arkansas but across the country and across the globe. And so we've got to make sure that our production processes are effective and efficient to be able to provide that for the consumers who are wanting it.
Very good. And sustainability seems to be a big, we continue to hear, I don't want to call it a buzzword anymore because it is a part of the fabric of businesses now, right? But we see it a lot, I think, in the production industry as efficiency, right? As producers are trying to be more efficient, right? And is that something that you guys are seeing some significant steps in that direction?
It is, and I think it's really across the board. It's not only just production and processing efficiency. It's also, what are we doing with byproducts? What are we doing with water? What are we doing on energy? And whether it's solar or clean water, water recycling and surface water versus groundwater. Across the board, everybody's looking at kind of the sustainability. It has been kind of a buzzword, but it's a lot of those things are being implemented and finding better ways to produce and to be profitable and make a difference and provide food for the world. And every little bit counts. And so we're looking at every single factor across the board to make sure that we're being as effective and efficient as we can be.
Very good. That's what I tell my kids every day. I'm like, little changes can make a big difference, right? Especially when you're talking about the poultry industry and the mass quantity that we're talking about, right? I mean, just small changes in industry, anywhere in the value chain can make a big difference, it seems.
Yeah, that's right. Whether it's electricity, adopting solar, lessening the time that you've got the lights on or finding better ways to use water or less water, it makes a difference.
Yeah. Running the faucet at our house drives me crazy. So that's one of the things that's one of the things that drives me nuts in our house. But anyways, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate all your time today.
Thank you for being here. I really enjoyed it.
Very good. This is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry Site.